NCRP Productions presents Unhallowed Metropolis, Secrets in the Sands, Episode 18. Welcome back to Unhallowed Metropolis, Secrets in the Sands. I'm going to go around the room and introduce everyone after I introduce myself. This is Barry, I'm running the game. And Pedro, why don't you start us off tonight?
Hey everybody, it's Pedro running Dr. Desmond Wright, the medical doctor of the group.
Hi.
The medical doctor of the group.
The stairs,
I have
right exactly across the table at me.
doctorate in medicine. I am a Peerless surgeon. How dare you?
So we're starting out with shade tonight.
Yes.
Next. Oh, hi. I'm Sequoia and I'm playing Frankie the Undertaker.
And who are you dropping the gauntlet with?
I'm going to say Ray because you did not follow instructions.
It's not my fault you left Wolf to cough his lungs out in the house. Hi everyone, I'm Ty. I'm running Ray Callahan, our Pugilist.
Hello, I'm Michael. I'm playing Dr. Everett Wolf, the doctor specializing in alchemy and chemistry, knowing full well that turning the burner off is not going to help anything.
I should have kept it on low. Is that what you're saying? On simmer?
Such a salty group.
Hi, this is Matt. I'll be, so I can have a long title like everyone else. I'm Ayden Samir Carter, Antiquarian and billionaire playboy.
And who do you have a bone to pick with?
Yeah, who are you beefing with?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm Jill and I'm playing Raya the Mourner and I'm disappointed in everyone.
Equally, right?
I thought I did a good thing. Gosh darn
It
it.
is always fair, if nothing else.
I went to save Wolf. I'm going to go save the Iwan, which I don't really want to save.
That's the bad thing. You're saving the Iwan.
So,
You're indulging Wolf's desire to save people. That's the bad thing.
Yes, you don't save people. I'm sorry.
Oh. Hold that. I'm playing the wrong character.
so
I don't
last
think he's
time,
a person anymore.
So last time we were dealing with what we now know to be the possession of the Father Iwan. Frankie and Wolf were trying to deal with the situation.
Give us a C- for that one.
Went from bad to worst as the skeleton, which is now animated by what you believe is Bonagal, pulls forth from the body. A number of things ensue, and it escapes out the front door of the Iwan's home. Everybody hot on his heels. We have out of the room next door, the house next door, the crew there that comes out. The creature gets chased down. Frankie pins it to the ground after Wright's clever shot to the leg, knocking it off balance.
At least 200 feet away, if I remember right.
That was
It's a pretty
200 feet
impressive
away.
shot, yeah.
Raya then comes up, takes off its legs, so it does not have the ability to get away, even if it could get out of the pin from Frankie. Wright comes up close to it, takes a second shot at the head, which it was trying to pull off or pull away or twist. You guys didn't give it a chance to figure out what it was doing. That shot struck. The head exploded into either a yellow light or a yellow mist. And that's where we leave it. So everybody that is around it, which at this point is going to be Frankie, Wright, and Raya, please give me a will roll. You need to make a 14 or better. If you do not, let me know.
What do you want?
So no problem for Raya.
14.
We're at 14 for Frankie.
I think I wouldn't be using a reroll.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm
Right.
using a reroll.
Right. Just let yourself become possessed.
Oh, I'm using
That way-
another reroll.
No, let yourself become possessed so that way you can finally beat Wolf.
That's 3 fails in a row.
It's meant to be.
Be possessed.
Am I going
Become
to
the
use-
host.
What do you guys want me?
If you
It's
got
not
possessed,
that bad.
That would just be so fitting.
It would be
Do
really
it.
funny.
awesome.
Do it.
Okay, I burned through 3 of mine, so I let me see, what is my actual number? It doesn't matter if I get anything below it, right? What it is.
Nope, doesn't matter if it's a 2.
Okay, yeah, no, I failed it.
Very good. So for all of you watching it, and we had Ray and we had Wolf out on the stoop.
Well, they're
Haven't
starting to
seen-
go. They're going upstairs.
Oh,
to
that's
try-
right. You guys are running back into the house. The father-in-law is still up there. So at this point, Ayden, you come out on the stoop. You see what's going on. and you had the door locked behind you by the Iwan's matriarch. What are you doing? You see them standing around something in the distance.
Walk over there and see what
So
it
you're
is.
walking over. So before we deal with the group of you, I'm going to step to upstairs. Ray and Wolf, you get up the stairs. You come into the room. Now, Ray.
What the hell is that smell?
Right. Now, actually, if you are wearing, which we figured out last week, if you are still wearing the brass gas mask with standard gaskets, etc., you will not smell it very much. There will be a very, very light scent, but it does not penetrate that badly. And Wolf, you are mostly used to it. The smell is still very strong in here. Ray, you are, however, going to see that mist is slowly starting to dissipate, but there's still wisps of a black, swirling smoke.
What the hell happened in here, Wolf?
I'll tell you about it later. We got to find. I'm trying to find the man.
Well, so my next question is, who will enter the room first? Will you allow Ray?
I'll enter first.
So Ray, when you enter the room, go ahead and give me a vitality roll.
Well, that's not horrible. 12.
Okay, so I don't envision you being, as of yet, a monster hunter type. When you...
I just figured out monsters exist.
Okay. So for you,
well, beyond animates.
beating up people, fighting, pugilism and underground fighting, you've seen bloody faces, you've watched people get knocked out, you've broken necks, twisted legs, bones through skin. Those are things that are normal for you. The horror of what's in here shakes you. As you come in, there is something wet in the bed, covered in black, but there is a coloration of skin.
I forgot!
Oh, no.
He got gooed.
It has soaked through the
My
sheets.
precious goo.
It has soaked through the covers. So it is black there. The room has sprayed black, wet, dripping stuff all over it. The ceiling.
Yum.
There's no
walls.
cleaning that. Just burn it to the ground.
To the right, you will see the man that Wolf was telling you should be up there. He is out. He's fairly frail looking, and from this distance, you don't think he's breathing.
What do I look like? A doctor?
Exactly.
So,
And I'm assuming that this is going to stop you from simply walking in there. You kind of walk and kind of stutter back.
I don't stutter back. I just
Okay.
kind of stop and kind of gaze around the room and just complete awe and just like, I'm sure there's quite the story to go at this one.
So if you've gone in, Wolf, you can walk in after.
Yep,
Alright.
yep. And
Where is? Oh,
I
there's someone in the corner.
I find the man. I'm going there. I'm checking vitals like first right off the bat to make sure he has at least a pulse.
He's alive. There's
Okay.
a pulse. He
Okay.
appears to be breathing, you think, pretty good for a man of his age.
Okay.
All right,
I
let's
need
get
to-
this
I'm-
bloke up.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to carry him out. I'm going to grab my valise.
I know how to carry someone.
You carried enough men out of the ring.
Yeah. Make sure you're supporting his head. That's good. I'm just grabbing my valise. We're going downstairs. If I'm going to treat this man, I'm getting out and I'm taking off these gloves.
And throwing him in the room?
Yeah, because these gloves are contaminated. I need
Very
new
good.
ones. That's what
Contaminated.
Are you bringing him down to the living room and setting him up on one of the throw pillow legs?
Yeah.
Very good. Back outside. So the three of you. The skeleton has stopped being animated and the bones just kind of drop. They don't fall apart, but they no longer appear to be held together, which they oddly were before. The black goo is again moving, moist, and starts to just fall away onto the street. It doesn't move. This is not,
It's just
one of
gravity
those odd,
affecting it.
just gravity pulling against it.
Okay.
There are no pieces of what you would assume to be the head. There's no little drops of bone and splintered pieces there. The head appears to have completely disappeared.
So
If you want to look more, you can, but I'm just saying from simple look on this blacktop.
I set my valise down, put my cane under my arm, and take a few bullets out of my inner coat pocket and start reload. Take the two that I shot and reload.
Raya and Frankie, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna put my weapons away for now.
Very good.
I'm not ready to let go of this pinion. I'm still afraid
You're keeping
it's
it
gonna
held?
pop up. Yeah.
Okay. Are you two, for any reason, looking at him?
It has one leg and no head. Where's it gonna go?
I'll pull my axe out. I'm not looking at Dr.
Would you be, for any reason, looking at Dr. Wright?
No. He's
I'm
in pain.
gonna be asking, what Frankie, Raya, what in good God's name was that? That was a...
I told you to stay home.
Yes, oh yes, and I'm very
Yeah,
glad
what
that
are you doing out?
One, I can go when I choose.
The
Two,
EMP are looking for you. Go back inside. Are you crazy?
Actively. Let's
Oh,
go. Come on, you go back in.
Can
We'll take
you
care of
not
this.
tell me what's happening? There's a skeleton
I'll tell
with
you
goo
back
over.
inside.
Plague
What the
guy
house?
popped into a skeleton. It's possessed
Wait,
by a demon,
plague-
and we just took it
I
out.
take a
Go
step
in the
back from
house.
Frankie. I say, plague
Right.
guy?
Dr. Wright, before you say that, go ahead and give me a willpower.
Oh, don't worry, I'm good at this.
He says after failing 3 in a row.
That was pretty shitty, I'll say that. Okay, that's much better. So that's 14 plus will, so that's 16, so that's 18.
An 18. All right. So he starts babbling. He steps back, squabbling.
Yes, thank
Starts
you.
squabbling, and then oddly, he stops, turns around, and starts caning back to the house. You are presently, though you still want to fight and be there, your body is walking back to the next door neighborhood where you stay, and you know you are. And this thought starts running through your head: go back and fix the alchemy. Go back and fix the alchemy. And what you're thinking is, oh, that's right. If I was to go back right now, I probably could turn the burner back on and no one would be the wiser.
Okay, so I don't have any idea of any outside force, because that feels strange
Oh,
to
it
me.
feels very strange to you. What are you
Crazy
gonna do?
old fool makes everything worse.
Well, I mean, I'm belligerent at best, so I mean, I feel like I would try to stop and be like, well, you mentioned plague. You don't need my expertise as a doctor.
And
Like,
he stops one time, turns around, and he says, "I will be inside making the alchemical mixtures Dr. Wolf told me to make." Both of you
Okay.
guys, if you don't immediately react to that, they both make a wits roll.
He's just willingly going back to work on Dr. Wolf's project.
Very good, right?
11.
Nope.
15.
So 15, and you've been around him before, Frankie. That's the quickest capitulation you've ever had from him. And then there is a little weirdness with the fact that he's going to do Wolf's bidding.
He's up to something.
He's trying to murder Cal.
Big Frankie is what I'm saying.
Put a character point in the pool. Beautiful. All right, so
He's probably gonna
Right.
go destroy
you're going to
Wolf's
continue walking
potions.
back. When you get back in the room and turn the burner back on and get it going, give me another willpower.
Normal temperature.
Crank it up to 11.
Just all the way.
Anybody want to let me use one of those?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Wait, let me make sure I need it. So that's gonna be a willpower. So let me use one just to make sure. Do a little bit better. Okay, that was one better. So 16.
So with this 16, this very odd calm comes over you. You don't remember taking the meth, but you know the feeling.
Okay. Like that calming feeling that gives me.
And you just kind of wander into it, and for
It's
some reason,
tranquility of meth.
you're thinking, why not finish it? You can take credit for having made it. And stepped out and shot him.
Yes, I did do all of that. My ego does mention it.
So for the two of you,
I'm collecting the bones.
okay?
Yeah, we
and
need
carrying
to
them
burn
back into
these.
the plague house.
So the terrible thing is, as you start to grab the bones, they all but not fall apart, but
Disintegrate.
fall. There's no sinew holding them. So you're grabbing the hands, and all the fingers pop
Okay,
off.
I'm
So
gonna
you're-
take off my outer shirt. I mean, I have a tank top thing underneath.
Sure.
Pile on my shirt.
Get the standard wife beater under it.
Yeah.
And you start piling the bones in the shirt.
Yes.
Very good. Raya, you're helping.
Yeah.
Are we doing this quickly?
Yes, we need to get.
I'm getting every finger bone.
So you're doing it carefully,
Yeah.
and you are doing it quickly. All right.
We need to get this off the street before we attract attention. We made a lot
So Ayden, you are out front.
People are just staring.
are staring at what's going on. Dr. Wright is coming back towards you. What do you do?
I was going to walk up and see what the stuff they're looking at.
Very good. So you pass Dr. Wright. Oddly, he just tips his hat to you and then continues on. You get up there, and these two are quickly and carefully putting the bones into Frankie's shirt. And by the way, you did see Frankie take off his shirt as well. But putting the
I'm
bones
ripped.
into
I'm very muscular and a little sweaty.
I have something that's important to
It's
know.
the middle of the day. You're very sweaty.
When I
Oh,
was
yeah.
walking back to the house, was I limping? Was I using my cane?
You were correctly using your cane.
Okay.
Oh man, it knows you inside and out.
I
That's
love
why
that
it's dosing you with
being
meth.
polite.
Yeah.
It's connecting to your meth synapses, so it's just
My meth network.
So Ayden,
No
you catch
longer
up
a
to them, you see
belligerent
them doing
asshole.
that. You can hear a vehicle coming down the road from around the corner for where you're at. You know the sound of the vehicle. You're reasonably certain it is an EMP truck.
Alrighty.
We've been called out here too many times
There are a
tonight.
number of people walking. There are a couple of people standing to the right, but out of the road. There is one person standing to the left, out of the road, as you come up on these two. And these two do not seem to be focused on anybody around them. They're getting this stuff. There is a black sort of body outline still there.
That's dirt on that.
Alright, I'm gonna take my foot, just kind of kick it a bit.
Alright.
And then,
Rub it out.
yeah. And then I'm gonna turn around and head to where the car's coming
So
and flag them down.
you are right. It does make it around the corner. As you are walking to it, it maybe makes it 10 feet around the corner. It is not racing. You're assuming it is simply a patrol.
Right.
Do you come up to the front of it, flag it? Do you step to the side and flag it?
I come up to the front.
Okay, it stops, and the person who's driving leans his head and he says, "You'll need to move."
I'm just curious what's going on.
And he looks at you. He says, "What do you mean?"
I mean, we've been seeing.
I see you didn't learn any of those subtlety lessons I taught you.
We've been seeing you guys all over town. I was just curious if something was going on. Concerned citizen.
Have you stayed inside your home since the sirens?
Yes.
Well, quickly, what's happened is the marketplace has been burned to the ground. There was an animate strike in there. How long have you lived here? And you can see now he's starting to take you in. As you're talking to him, the one next to him hits him on the arm and points down the street. And as he's talking to you, you see him kind of brush away and is still talking with you, but finally gives up and says, and again, you're hearing Egyptian and can speak it, says, "What?" And he says, "Look up there." The two of you, once you have everything inside the shirt, what do you do?
Throw it over my shoulder and go back to the house.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So
the plague house.
he looks up, he says, "What? They're carrying garbage." The one next to him says, "No, they picked something up off the ground." And he says, "Possibly garbage?"
Alright. I want like a whole episode just about these two.
Can we give those guys a chip?
I will freely give a free roll to Mary.
And the one sitting in him with him says, and the other one who was talking just kind of stops. The one who was talking turns to you and he says, "I'm glad that you were willing to follow the sirens. There's many people that don't at any time. Where do you live, sir?"
Oh, just over here, like a block over, 2 houses down.
Now, are you actually pointing at your house?
Yes.
Okay. And he looks, and the one next to him looks, and then looks back and looks over. He says, "You're Ayden Carter?
Yes.
My mother bought something from you. You have a wonderful shop." And they begin talking to you about the shop. They are literally just shooting the shit with you.
Okay, I'll small talk.
it
the
really
two of
is
you-
the Indian party.
The two of you walk by the vehicle and go to which house?
Plague house.
The plague house.
Yeah.
Might as well keep the bones.
That would be the Iwans.
Are they right out? Are the police right out front of the Iwans?
No, oh God,
Okay.
no. They've just barely turned the corner. The Iwans are a good 110 feet away from them down the road.
We're not running. We're walking at
That's
just a normal
just
pace.
casual.
Casual.
We
I
should
like
definitely
that.
burn this house down.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All right. So as you walk in, are you actually thinking in your head, burn this down?
Yeah, I'm not like right this second.
No,
yeah.
no. There's a reason I'm asking.
Yes.
Frankie would knowing the tenement situation in London, you would look at this and you would think you got the same issue. If you were to light this on fire without some form of fire brigade, you would burn the rest of the block, including Ayden's home.
No, then he'd be thinking burn everything in that room, maybe, I don't know, on a dirt patch somewhere, but we need to burn it so that people are safe.
Very good. Okay, so as the two of you come in, Dr. Wright, you are continuing to do the mixture. There is something odd. As you start mixing it, you think, you know what? If I brought the temperature up, it would probably do a little bit more. And then you start fiddling. Dr. Wolf, are your ingredients sitting there?
Yes.
Okay.
Poor choice, my boy.
Dr. Wright, go ahead and give me a willpower roll.
Stop rolling poorly.
Well, he hasn't been rolling bad. It's
No,
just-
I will not. Ty. Unless you guys want to give me Chippy.
I'd say go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you want to use
uh,
a chip.
If you guys are okay with it, I'll just take one.
Yeah, by all means. I remember when I was resisting possession, I got like a 20-something, and I still like missed it. So
Unless you want to give me another one. Now,
There was a reason for yours that is different than his.
13.
So with a 13, yeah, you're thinking. It's not that it's knowledge that you did not have, it's knowledge that you forgot. You do remember learning some of the things, and yes, it would be better if you were to add these 3 items to it.
Of course, he doesn't know
These
what he's
ingredients.
doing. These would make it even better.
So it's not that Wolf doesn't know what he's doing. He very obviously does, and the whole write-up, the whole recipe that you're following is correct. What you're looking at is, how could you do it where it would be more streamlined? Possibly even make a couple extra doses. That's where your
Or
head
just
is
a
at.
better.
And is my head thinking, yeah, Dr. Wolf is right.
Not
This is-
not that way.
Not that my ego
Dr.
would not.
Wolf, no, Dr. Wolf's written directions are correct.
Okay. All right.
Does he
That's
now
fine.
see himself and start talking to him? Why, that's a great idea. I know! It's like we're geniuses!
Like the Buzz Lightyear scene.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. So inside, as Frankie and Raya come into the house, you will see that Ray and Wolf have the old man laid out on the pillows. The old man still has a dappling of the black stuff on him, but Wolf is doing
Wolf, first of all, is cleaning off whatever that gunk is as best
with
he-
his ungloved hand.
No, he's getting new gloves,
Okay.
first of all, and there is some clean bandages in there, so he's going to use that for a makeshift cloth to try to
Very good.
get that stuff off him. And, basically he's just going to make sure that the man, one, breathing okay, especially with the smoke and everything that we just went through, and, okay, no head trauma. He's just doing basic physical stuff to make sure it's like, okay, do I have to do anything more? Is he just going to wake up naturally? How bad is the trauma?
Go ahead and give me a medicine roll. Raya, you are wearing the canvas mask.
Yes.
Very good. Give me a vitality roll.
What happened to that bloke you guys were chasing?
I'm going to use one of my
I got him.
rolls here.
That's a bag.
Oh, I kept the bag of bones on the ground.
All right, do you throw it to the ground or do you set it down so that it opens and the bones are all in there?
I would just drop it.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't think
So
I
the bones kind of rattle
I'm
open.
not like...
So Raya, with that roll, there's definitely a smell of, and this smell is sadly extremely common to you. It's a little more pungent, but it's death, it's pestilence, it's standard awful.
16 on the medicine.
So with a 16, as you check him out, you think potentially that he fainted. That's your best guess, or that he hit his head moving around. He has a contusion to the shoulder.
Mhm.
As you check on that, there's really nothing that you can do.
Right.
I would like to do a wit roll because I don't remember. So after Ray was unpossessed, was the Iwan the first person he touched?
No, he
No.
did not touch it.
Okay.
Yeah, he
well,
did.
No, he punched
He
him in the
punched him.
face.
The father I want?
Yes.
Yes.
But
No. He punched the Iwan, the one that turned into the skeleton.
Yeah. He punched
Ray
him right in the
punched.
nose.
Ray
Yeah.
punched him. Yeah.
Okay, well that would explain a whole lot that I wasn't thinking correctly on.
Okay.
In my
So-
head, I'm rewriting everything to have it been done correctly. Yes, he was the first one that he punched.
Okay, and then I was the first one the plague guy touched.
Yes.
Well, I touched him.
Yes.
So I'm going to speak this out loud, and I'm going to say, you hit this guy, and he turned into a demon-possessed body.
But back up. Why is he now bones? Did you burn this man alive? What?
No,
Someone please explain to me what the hell is going on here!
Have you been upstairs yet?
Yeah, I got this guy from
You
upstairs.
saw the goo? He's the goo.
He's the goo. He's the goo.
And now he's bones, and I touched him. Am I...
Winnie
Dr.
the
Wolf,
Goo,
is this
Winnie
something
the Goo.
we and I should be concerned about?
Dr. Wolf, maybe you should take your patient and treat him over at our residence.
No, we should not we should not bring the plague to our home.
Add a character.
Do I need to worry about this, Dr. Wolf? Frankie's getting
So
a
that
little...
that is a wonderful question that comes up, and my understanding of Dr. Wolf is he is a full man of science. Do you even have thanatology?
I don't have thanatology.
I have it. I have
Yes,
thanatology.
I know you do.
Well,
So,
I know where
to
I'm
you,
going.
I'm going to let you go
You should have
with
thanatology.
science as your background, not spirituality.
Is this something we have to worry about? It's like, Wolf's moment here. You know what? I'm going to roll my melancholy, actually, because this might depend on where my answer goes, depending on how well I get here. Because now I
You know, well, no one's gonna explain
Ryan,
anything to
you
me.
are
I'm
there,
gonna
you've
go.
You've heard Frankie say this.
He popped, and the
Can
goo
I
went
roll
everywhere,
thanatology?
and then the
Yes, I
skeleton
would like
started
you to roll
growing, and then we took it out, and nobody burned him. He burned himself, I guess. I'm a little
I have
fuzzy on that
theology,
part.
too.
We took them out.
Not important.
Meanwhile, at the Coast Guard.
I'm starting to
Did you just
seriously
love
wonder
it
what
when
I
you-
signed up for.
20.
And I'm questioning if I should get a pay raise.
No.
I'm gonna make him swing
So
it.
I passed the melancholy here, and once he's satisfied that the man's like okay for the most part okay, you can just let him rest here. Wolf's gonna take a moment and pause, and he goes, "To be honest, Frankie, I don't know. Normally, if this was a normal plague, I would say you and I would be perfectly all right. There are many strange things here in Cairo, things that I hadn't accounted for. I do not know."
I don't feel possessed. I don't feel like my muscles are turning into ooze. But I touched him next. And then the person after that, Raya.
So, Ray, for you, in traveling from Ireland through London, across the strait, down the outside ring of Europe, through Israel, Jerusalem, and down here, you have seen plagues. You have dealt with them, and I don't mean the animate plague or the Shedem plague. I'm talking about plague. They both have obvious spatters of this black stuff. And for you, Wolf just said, as far as the plague goes, we're perfectly fine, which absolutely is not what you know. Somebody getting sprayed by somebody either coughing, spewing, pus bursting out of a boil, they are normally affected.
I don't know if I have the intellect for that one, Barry.
I'm just telling you what is in your head. It doesn't mean it has to come out your mouth.
What exactly makes you think that you guys are just fine? Heck, even for me, for that matter, I was in that room for a second or two.
Oh, I'm certain you wouldn't be necessarily safe. Mello says as he's sort of like in this thing where he's just like almost in his head, he's like puzzling. He says, to be honest, I don't think any of us are. We might have to stay in this house until we know for sure.
I hate the Ivon's house.
They don't have any of the good channels.
They don't even have Hulu.
You can't even see the girls' lavatory from here.
But last time I said I felt fine. Apparently I was possessed by a demon, so I'm gonna sit down on the couch.
As an interesting thought, do you feel fine?
Yeah?
Okay.
Do I feel fine?
So
I feel better than fine. You're flying high, my man.
actually, that is a correct statement. Dr. Wright feels better than fine.
Someone let me know when I can leave this godforsaken place.
Yesterday, when you struck him, did he look diseased?
Except for the blood spotting out of his nose, no.
So it's fast. Whatever it is.
Yep. Unless Wolf's completely out of it, yeah. If it was a plague transfer, absolutely positively, that was fast. You're aware of that speed, but that's not common.
Yeah, no, it's not common. And if anything, why just him? Why not the rest of us at this point? Now, I'm more curious on what Raya's 20 thanatology roll got her, since...
Oh, just you have the ability to step in at any point and talk about your feelings, whatever you would like to envision. What I'm saying is you have the ability to step in on the conversation. You have thoughts.
Okay. Have I seen plague and leprosy and all that kind of stuff before?
You have seen, at this point, you would have in your lifetime seen 1 or 2 cases of leprosy. That's not common. Plague more for you would have been taught at the Mourner school as you were getting your training. I don't know. How long did you work for the Greylings, do you envision, before we started Dino's game?
Probably, I'm thinking that the Greylings were my first
Charge. And you're how old now?
I'm mid-20s now. I'm about Aaron's age.
So, probably realistically not too long. So, no, I don't. Well, now I take that back. Why did you leave India? Why did your family leave India?
My family left
Oh,
India because
the
of
vampires.
the vampires.
No, plague is not something you know a lot about.
Okay. I think that we do need to be cautious. We probably will want to quarantine ourselves away from the group for at least 24 hours. And I think that you and I, Frankie, need to burn the bones and burn
Upstairs, yeah.
any bedding, gloves, bandages, anything like that behind the house before we do so.
Is there a behind the house?
Yes, like Ayden's, they have a small courtyard type thing in the back, some flat stones, possibly some kind of an awning over it, and then a little bit of dirt where they grow a small number of plants to eat.
What time of day is it?
It is after 4, I would eat, because you guys went out in the morning, you went to the National History Museum, you went to, I'm going to say after 4. And that's right, because we were going to go to the temples with Billings, and that's how all of this started. We got held back from that. Ayden didn't keep it.
Good old Billings. Billings was like, well, where's my tour?
Oh, yeah.
Billings, are you not aware of any of the commotion that was going on?
No, he's not. If you guys will remember from a couple weeks back,
Ayden
drugged
him.
Ayden drugged him.
Callahan, would it be out of place for us to have a fire right now at this time of day?
It's still bloody hell hot, but
It is bloody hot. Mentioning that, everybody is aware of the oppressive heat, even in the house.
I mean, there's you guys are thinking about burning the upstairs, aren't you?
It has to be burned. It's...
Well, it's certainly going to attract attention, but that's going to be true no matter what time of day you do
Do
it.
people burn garbage in this neighborhood?
Yes, but an entire upstairs floor?
We're not going to burn the actual floor. We're going to gut everything out of it. Haul it out behind the house and burn it.
Alrighty. You're going to have to keep it in low doses, because even garbage burns at a certain rate.
Okay.
If you
We're
just
also going to need to... Sorry to interrupt you. Please continue.
Oh, it's fine.
We're also going to want to try and get a hold of Ayden or somebody over at the other house, because they will need to bring us water for over the night.
They're at Ayden's place.
We can't...
Yes, that's correct. You do know that.
They were...
The
he
two of
escorted
you
them.
know of that. Ray and Raya do not.
we can't drink any of the
I'm sure
water
that's going to be a
in this house.
recipe for freaking disaster. Friggin' I1 kids have little grabby hands.
So let's go back to Ayden. You've been out with the ENP.
Yep.
They finished talking. Would you try and sell them on purchasing some? Or would you just simply talk and take the praise? How do you envision you would deal with it?
Well, does it look like the commotion going on in the middle of the street's taken care of?
No, yeah. You watch these two walk up the stairs into the Iwan's home.
Okay.
And shut the door, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
For
course.
everyone who walked inside? Yes. And shut the door.
All right. I would...
You're still talking. But again, what I'm asking is, do you envision you would put your marketing skills and try and get a sale?
Sure, why the heck not?
All right, so go ahead and give me, I believe we're going to go with charm
Okay.
and appraise. So add charm and appraise to the roll.
15.
So with a 15, if you are trying to get the sale, would you endeavor to get the sale right now? cash in hand right now? Or would you try and push it off to a later date where they might figure out how to get out of it?
Probably now.
Now, all right. So, not the one that's driving, but the other one who was excited about realizing who you were and that his mother had talked well of you, looks and he says, "Can I go in and look?" And the driver says, "Yes." He says, "You've got 5 minutes." And so he gets out of the vehicle and it says, "Please."
And I'll take him there, and then before I open up, I'm going to say, so I have some family staying over. They're in there, some kids and stuff like that. Don't let them bother you.
Not a problem at all.
All right. And I'll unlock the door and go in there.
You can unlock it, but as you push on it, the bar is in place.
That's right. So I'll just knock on it again.
Okay. So from inside, a very shaky woman's voice says, "Yeah, who? Yes, who is it?"
It's me. Can you remove the bar so we can come in?
So he looks at you, but then you think he's figured out that, oh, well, it's, you have expensive stuff in there, so you keep it safeguarded. You hear on the other side the bar get lifted and then dropped and clunk, clunk, clunk on the floor, and he, again, is kind of looking at you, but not, it's more like, it's not really professional kind of look as opposed to what's going on inside. It scrapes a little bit, and then the door opens. She says, "Yes." And then she looks at him, but then focuses across the street and says, "Oh, thank heavens you're here. Are you here to deal with my husband?"
Freaking Iwans.
In retrospect, I should have saw that coming.
So Ayden, as she opens the door and is saying this, you can see the kids behind her. They are playing with a chess set. Now, when I say playing, they're not hurling it around, but they're playing with the chess set as if it was little soldiers. So they're taking the rooks and going against the bishops. It doesn't look like they're doing damage to it. It's a nice sandstone set that's been polished heavily.
So this is Iwan. He's actually here for something else. Just, go out there, hang out, I'll let you know if things have, improved across the street.
But they could call someone. They could bring someone for him.
I'll pull her over and
listen, you.
and I'll say, "Mrs. Iwan, if he's what we think is going on, they'll just take him or burn him right there."
Okay, she is appalled. Give me a charm roll. She just, her face is aghast.
Look, lady, I'm just going to shoot straight. Your husband is bone, okay?
He's bone and goo.
So that is 17, 18, 19.
Oh, so she says, "Oh, okay, I understand. And she hisses at the kids, "Stop that!" And they all kind of stop, put things down, and sit up.
I'll look at her and say, "No, it's fine. You can keep playing with it. Go ahead."
And they look at the mother, and the mother kind of acquiesces, turns her head, and they go back to playing, although a notch quieter.
Right.
So you walk them around, you get the sail.
Let me show you my wares.
And as you wander through, you're going to end up right down a pound.
Nice.
Is what's going to be your net gain from it. And back into the room. So the four of you, the man has not come around, but you're kind of happy with that, Wolf. You don't want him to. Not yet. You'd like to set that shoulder, try and immobilize it as best you can.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to be doing while he's...
So the other three of you, are you doing what you were talking about? Are you going to go? You're tracing all the stuff down the stairs and into the back.
Yeah.
All right. Are you just whoosh lighting it on fire?
No, we're doing small batches like Wright suggested.
Okay. And you're feeding.
If they have an actual receptacle for burning trash,
they do.
We're going to do it in that.
They do. They have a small mobile fire pit is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Is the goo all over my clothes?
Yeah, it's all over your pant legs and your knees, and it's spattered across you. Yeah, you're reasonably... No, only some stains because you're wearing the wife beater right now. The shirt, yes. But your knees possibly 6 inches up from your knees and 8 inches down from your knees. You definitely have it.
I'm probably going to have to give my robes up.
Yeah, I'm taking my pants off. I'm going to throw them in the fire.
Wolf has to give up his robes. Luckily, his mask was in his valise, so it's safe. So.
All right, so I know Frankie doesn't go commando. Is Wolf going commando under those robes?
He's got underwear.
All right, very good.
I've got little sock stirrups.
Right.
You're right.
Like every Italian cliche.
All right, so are all three of you out there slow feeding it, watching it burn, etc.?
Yes.
Wolf, once you have him set and you've disrobed and gotten everything set, what is your next plan? At present, I love it, but I envision you in... Oh, no, you don't have the mask on.
Not
so I
right
envision
now.
you literally in your underwear there.
Yep.
Underwear, undershirt.
Yep, and
and
gloves.
socks.
And gloves.
And
shoes. I
and
have
potentially
shoes.
shoes if you want to put them back on.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no reason to burn those.
Yeah.
Fancy socks. And
Yeah,
shoes.
no. So I got shoes.
Argyle.
I got
Right.
shoes. I got gloves. I have a mask that I'm not wearing right now because we're indoors.
There's an explanation for all of this.
This is not what it looks like.
Well,
I'm actually gonna
sort of
take
what
a-
it looks like.
I'm
but-
gonna take a peek out the window to see if I see Ayden or anyone to see if I can just.
Out the front. So out the front,
Hmm.
you see an EMP vehicle. You now know what they look like. Parked almost directly across the street from Ayden.
Yeah, this is gonna. Too.
There's somebody sitting in
Yeah.
the driver's seat.
Yeah, if they're over in Ayden's, I'm not going to go out or fry flag them down. I'm just that's enough trouble.
Very good. So I'm gonna leave you guys burning. Dr. Wright, you believe you've
Leave us
come to the
burning.
point where you're going to take it off, cool it, and start decanting it.
Okay, excellent.
Give me an alchemical roll.
Oh, okay.
Add 3.
This is when I'm gonna freaking get good at
Now,
it.
if I only
3
had
to
some
it.
Add
helpers.
3 to it. So total plus 6. Oh yeah, fuck you, dice. Yeah,
And that's when he rolled exceptionally well. Take that, Dr. Wolf.
22.
Take that, Dr.
Well, it
Wolf.
was Stitch. Now it's a kaboom.
It's explosive.
Now it's staple.
It's plague.
All right. So as you are decanting it off, I believe you are making 4.
I was
units.
making 4 originally.
Wherever you guys are writing it down, you are able to decant off 6 units of Stitch.
Oh.
It is Stitch in every way. There's nothing weird, funny, strange about it. It's Stitch. Just write it down.
I'm calling BS, but okay.
I'm putting it on the top just for it's
Yeah,
in the ether
perfect.
right now.
So now, right, when you are finished, give me a wits roll. I'm sorry, give me a willpower roll.
Don't forget to add your concentration.
Oh, well, I'm not. I'm not. It's just not helping, Michael.
Damn it.
Did you roll double one?
No, it won in a 7. But so, does anybody want to let me have another?
Go ahead.
for it.
Absolutely.
All right,
Come
I'll
on.
take
Another group pool goes away.
Thank you. All right, now I can kick this demon. Not the meth. I still got those demons.
But what if the demon is the meth?
Is it? Did you hit me with a metaphor?
Yeah.
I'm not handling metaphors right now.
And Dr. Wright learned.
22.
So with a 22, as you're finishing the decanting of the last one and you seal the top, paraffin, wrap it, the meth haze fog comes away from you and you're in the room. You're thinking, that's odd. I didn't think I was making 6, but maybe Wolf made a mistake when we started and it's just a larger amount.
So Wolf
But
can't-
you know that you did not screw it up, so you know that you have 6 vials of
Wow.
Stitch.
I knew I could do a better job.
Two of
Well,
these
there's 2
bottles
ways
are
to
not
look at
like
it.
the other.
You've chosen
Two
that
of
way.
these bottles are
What do you do
not
at this
the
point
same.
then? You're done. Turn off the burner. Do you clean everything
Drinking
up,
one
or
of
just
these 2 bottles is going to ruin your
Well,
day.
I don't want any. Yes, I'll do a basic cleaning.
Very good.
Yeah.
and then after that?
After that, I mean, nobody's coming.
Stick Cal with
Yeah. Nobody's coming here. Yeah, I'm not dealing with Cal anymore right now.
Take the credit.
Yeah.
Take the credit. Hey, I made this stitch for you, Cal.
Did you even tell me what the stitch was for?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, you
Because
just
they're out.
Because we're out of Stitch.
Because it's a group, you're out.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah,
That's why it was actually
I was
important.
I was banning the Cal because it helps with the convalescence and it reduce Cal's heal time by half. That's why I was trying to get more Stitch done.
Okay, and I did say that Cal wanted me to be his doctor.
Oh,
He did.
dear Lord.
I'm trying to think.
I told you this is your chance. Just
Yeah, no,
take the
well,
credit.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
I mean,
I
that's how
will
you get
take
killed
it
by
up
rude, but okay.
and see if Cal needs it. I mean, do I think medically he could benefit from this at this
Oh,
moment?
absolutely.
I'm sure that
Absolutely.
the
Out of game, it halves the convalescence
Yeah.
time. In game, you know that it helps. It stitches things back together.
okay. Well, then I guess I'll take. Oh God, I'm gonna die.
Maroon's gonna be the one to notice.
We are falling apart
Yeah.
rapidly.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'll
Who
take
knows?
a dose, and I'll get a syringe ready. I'll put it all in a little tray.
We
do
just
my
had to
doctor
help
thing.
the Iwans, didn't we?
And then I'll head up and see if he wants my help.
So as you come up, no one's in the hallway.
I'll go to the door and I'll knock.
Maroon opens the door and says, doctor.
Hi, Marud. Well, I'm not sure if Dr. Wolf told you, but he was preparing some stitch. You know what stitch is?
No, I do not.
Stitch is, it helps thicken the... How do I say this clearly? It helps thicken the blood and makes the healing process faster. He was making some for Cal.
Oh.
I was the one who had needed to finish it, and it is finished. And since Cal would like me to be his doctor at this time, from our last conversation, I wanted to see if he would be interested in
gave
some.
me partial credit. But just
So,
saying something.
Marud does give you that very short, instant, odd look. He says, "Well, doctor, you are the doctor.
That I am.
If you believe that this would help convalescence, then please, by all means." And he opens the door as he steps aside, and Cal looks up from the bed and says, "Dr. Wright, hello?"
Hello, Cal. I'm not sure if Dr. Wolf, when he was examining you, mentioned, but he set the task of making some stitch. Do you happen to know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. That saves some time.
And that's
wonderful. Yes. So, Dr. Wolf needed to be elsewhere. He had me finish it up. I was able to finish this, and since I'm not sure where they are right now, I wanted to see, rather than prolonging your pain, if you would like to have a dose of the stitch now to help your healing.
If you believe that it's what I need, then please, by all means.
Well, I looked over his calculations. They seemed correct as my recollection of stitch, and everything seems to be in order.
2 of these bottles are gonna give you a bad day. Now it's time to play our game.
Now here's this perfectly white liquid. And
all right, so you administer it?
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, I hate this berry. Yes, I administer what you describe as perfectly okay, nothing wrong with its stitch.
Very good. So while you're doing it, you don't have to fully focus. You'll notice Marud stands up, looks around, and then says to both of you, "I smell smoke. Do either of you smell smoke?"
Do I smell smoke?
Give me a wits roll.
You fucking kidding me now? You're gonna be... Yeah.
Maybe use my dice.
Yeah, seriously. No, it's doing good now.
Yeah, because...
Wits roll is 17.
So you do. Cal says, no, but a lot of times I don't get those things.
Yes, Marud.
Is that odd? Marud says, "I don't know, but it's the middle of the day. Nobody would cook at this time."
It does. I do smell fire.
And you're smelling that it is not wood, it is not coal, and it is not meat.
Well, it's not wood yet.
Okay, I
And it
been around
smells
enough
like...
corpses. Do I know it's the smell of burning bones? Is that a I don't know if that's a distinctive
It's not
smell.
specifically bones, but it
it's
is
not
definitely
meat
that
yet.
type of smell.
I'll say
Someone's burning
Well,
clothes.
Incineration as opposed to...
it smells like.
Actually, it's really
Yeah, I'll actually just say it matter of factly. Oh, it smells as if somebody is burning somebody.
It's
Perhaps one of the less fortunate from the night before.
Marud stands up and says, "Should I go and check?" And Cal says, if you think so, did Cal know what happened last night?
Cal was attacked.
Cal was attacked! So
Cal was attacked by the
Cal
demon.
says, no. I'm certain the doctor is right. And so you're finished.
Yes, correct.
I am, yes.
So you finish the injection, brush it off, and then so Marud sits back down.
Okay, yeah. Say, well, it could be somebody's unfortunate relative. I don't know who. It could be anything. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna sit. I'll say, I'll wait a couple moments to make sure there's no adverse effects.
As you're sitting, Marud says, "It smells very close. I'll be back." And he steps out the door and leaves the door open. You hear him go down the stairs. So you said you watch the effects. There's no ill effects.
Yeah, that's what I
suddenly
mean.
plague up or anything.
Because I know that they can have, you can do it wrong. I don't do it
mind
wrong, but I
us.
know
We're
it
just
can.
burning garbage.
So then, yeah. So I mean, I'll just ask Cal. How are you feeling? Are you well?
Okay, so for the 3 of you out back,
Yeah.
out of nowhere, you're gonna hear Marud's voice through the fence. Is everything okay?
What the bloody hell? Where the hell did you come from?
I'll walk over to the fence and
Mhm.
can I hop up and look over it?
Well, yeah. So you can grab. It's a 5.5 foot fence. So Marud is just looking over it.
Oh, then I won't.
You're looking
I
kind of
won't
down.
get that close to it. I'll say, oh boy, you missed a good one, Rude.
Please inform me.
So the Iwan patriarch became ill, and I've never seen an illness like this, but
It looked like plague.
he melted off his bones, and then the bones, I think, were possessed by the same demon that was in Ray. I think it kept saying the name.
Let me stop you there. Miss Raya, you said that it looked like plague?
That is what Dr. Wolf said. It looked like plague.
Dr. Wolf believes it was plague?
That's why we're burning everything.
You will need to stay over there.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
And he backs away from the fence. And he says, what type? How fast acting?
Incredibly fast. Don't know what kind.
Very good. You stay there. I shall lock the front door. Okay.
Yeah.
So he steps away.
He stepped out of his skin suit. Ugh.
Right. So you guys can start talking about it. So Wolf, you're in there. You've set him. You can hear them talking. It's not loud, but you can hear the noise of them talking out there. There's the kind of the from Ray, and then it's calm talking again, and then maybe a minute and a half later, you can hear on the front door there, you can hear noises. There are 3 tacks of what you would guess is a hammer directly on the door. Does not sound like a knock. And the noises hit at different spots.
I check out the window to see if I can see to the door.
So as you look out the window, you can see, there's no question it's Marood. And he steps back, he looks in at you, and he does the thumb up in the air look to you, but does not look smiling or happy.
Yeah.
And he's looking at you. What do you do back?
I kind of see. I see that he's doing the tack.
Well, you from your position, you wouldn't know what he's doing, but
I go. I make. I don't know if he can hear me. I go.
Oh, it's a piece of glass.
Yeah. I go. Are you boarding us in, Marood?
Is this yes? The plague. Do you believe we should do more?
We may need water.
Very good.
Over here.
Very good. Is Ray inside?
Ray's in the backyard with Raya and Frankie. There is an older gentleman in here.
You will need to keep him there as well.
Yes. Well, I'll have to
I shall
see.
return momentarily with water.
It acted within less than 12 hours. If we're okay in 24, I think we'll be okay.
Very good. So for you, he runs out of your sight, and you go back to the man, you go outside. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to stay by my patient for the moment.
Very good. Okay. So for the two of you, you are up right with Cal. Mm-hmm. Maru doesn't come back anytime soon. Do you stay with Cal talking? Because Cal will talk with you.
No, I mean, after I feel that, he's I'll say, well, Cal, it looks like the Stitch is, doing its job. No adverse effects. Usually that happens within the first few moments if there is any.
Were you worried?
Oh, no, these alchemy, as much as I wish it was perfect in 100% of the way, sometimes there are mishaps. Not generally when I do work with it. But you seem fine. But would you like anything to help you sleep?
No, I think I'll be fine.
I think you should take something to help you sleep.
Would you please leave the door open until Lily comes back?
Yes, I can. And then I will just leave.
And Ayden, you finish the sale. You walk him to the door, or do you walk him back to the vehicle?
I'll walk him back to the vehicle.
All right. So you're talking with him as you get back to the vehicle. He gets in. He drives off. You're standing there as he drives off. Marood comes out the door. He has something in his hands. You're not sure what. He goes over to the Iwan's door. He hammers, or what appears to be hammers, maybe just with his hand. Maybe he has something in his hand. He hammers something on the Iwan's door. The left side, the right side of the base, and then once around the doorknob. And then you'll see him. I don't know if you're going to do anything. If you don't immediately, he steps back. He's looking at the window. He does a thumbs up at the window. And then you hear his side of that conversation. Okay. And then he comes back. As he turns around, he says, Ayden, where can we get water for next door?
Yeah, there should be a well kitchen.
Very good. I will bring it. Do you have something to hold a larger amount? A cooking pot, something of this
there should be something like that in the kitchen.
Of the house we're staying in?
Yes.
Very good. And then as you walk back, Mrs. Iwan is there at the door, and she's watching come back. She says, well, what What now? What are we doing now?
Well, I need you to come with us. Gather up the kids, everything.
So she nods. She's like, kids! And they very quickly set the stuff down and they run over to her.
And I'll, like, lock up the shop and everything.
So they're outside with you.
Right. And then I'll walk them across the street and let's see what...
Wait, across the street to where Sarah is staying?
No, to the Iwan.
Oh, that's down the same side of the street. All 3 houses are in a row. So 2 doors down. So as you come to the stoop of the Iwans, you can see there are blocks of wood, left-hand side of the base of the door, right-hand side base of the door, and then one placed against the handle at where the handle would be.
All right. Just going to sigh, kick those out kind of thing.
So as you go over there, they are lodged. If you just put your foot on it, they don't just move out of the way.
All right. I'll try to strike them out then.
What are you going to pull them with?
1 second. Head back over to my shop, grab my crowbar.
Oh, this is
So the woman is standing there. The kids are standing there. So you run?
Yeah. I mean,
So you run back, grab the crowbar. As you run back over, she seems to be very concerned. As you come up towards her, she says, "I smell smoke. And it's close. No one should be burning. It's 4. No one should be burning right now. What's going on?"
I'll explain, and I'm going to try to get the door open.
And
I'm just going to be
as you're putting the crowbar into the first block, you can hear the kids from the middle of the street. "Mom, it's coming from our house." That, of course, freaks her out, and she lunges forward and starts pulling on the door. So, Wolf, you hear a thump, a quiet thump at the door,
right,
and then nothing.
Yeah.
If you come up and look, Mrs. Iwan and the kids are standing on the front stoop. They're just standing there at this point.
Right.
If you go back to the father-in-law, afterwards you hear a much louder thunk, and then somebody is ranking on that door handle. So as you're putting the crowbar in, she's standing over there trying to... What's going on? Why is my house locked?
At this point, I'm pulling the curtain back to see. I see her...
So the kids are jumping, gesticulating, and pointing and yelling something. And they're pointing at the house, but at the roof. And you can just see her moving, and you're assuming as you're hearing the inside, her movement matches clacking on the door handle. And you can see somebody, you're guessing Ayden from the clothing, is down low against the door. And you can hear a thunk, thunk, thunk.
Ayden? Ayden, is that you?
Yes.
Ayden, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get the family back over here.
And you can hear the woman is getting frantic.
Yeah, and there's a pause at this as he's thinking about it. He's like, "Shit, Ayden, were they in contact with anyone else?"
Kinda, not really. They were just in the same room, maybe.
Ayden?
Yes.
We could be dealing with a very virulent plague here. I need to know if they've had contact with anyone else.
Physical
Since they left the house, just so you thinking back to last week and this week, you have literally taken them down the stairs, out to your place. They've had no contact with any other person besides you.
And the EMP guy who came in the store.
That's true.
That's what. So that was what I was going to say.
EMP guys
they've only had physical contact with me, but there was an EMP guy over at my shop for a little bit, but they didn't have any physical contact with
This
him.
is how zombies start.
Wolf's eyes closed for a moment.
You let what happened?
And goes, "We need to keep them contained."
Right, which is why I'm bringing them back over here.
It's like, I'm just like, Wolf's at this point is like, "Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just, this whole thing's a mess."
And whose fault is it, Michael?
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, Michael. For once, it's not me. So yeah, how does it feel?
Hey man, I thought I punched the guy.
Oh Lord.
Well, then Wolf dragged us over here.
That's true.
While Michael's thinking about this, Dr. Wright, you leave Cal's room and you do what?
I'm gonna go. Is there a window out to the front that I can look out of?
You can open the door.
Okay.
You can look out the front. You can look out the front window of this house.
Just put on the
that's
bathrobe
easier than looking
dark
at
shades.
Yeah,
So
so I'll look out.
recognizes
I want
you.
to see if I can see anything. What the hell they're doing?
People seem to be moving just fine. You're gonna if you go upstairs and look out the window up there, you can see the children jumping and pointing at the roof of the Iwan's house. You can see the mother now pretty much frantically pulling at the door and shaking, and you can see Ayden is pulling at something at the base, just doing this, pulling at something at the base of the door.
Do I see Marood?
Nope. But you did moments ago hear the front door open and shut. Clap.
Oh, well, wait. So he got by me and then went upstairs. Oh, I mean,
No. While you were upstairs with Cal.
Yeah, but that was him leaving?
That was him leaving, and then that was him coming back.
Oh, well then I didn't pass him in the hallway?
Nope. He's downstairs, you're upstairs.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll go downstairs and see if I can find Marood.
So Marood is you hear him clanging around in the kitchen. As you come in there, you notice that he has gotten 2 large buckets and is pumping water into them. Not buckets, I'm sorry. 2 large cauldrons and is pumping water.
Marood, what have they got themselves into over there?
Well, apparently the plague has reached that house in its entirety. They are beginning to burn the interior.
But, Marood, you said the plague? They're dealing with the plague over there.
That's my understanding from what Dr. Wolf said.
They're dealing with the plague and they didn't even mention it? They didn't send anybody... Oh, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm like, have they contained... And I'll just be asking all that, have they... They're contained? You're containing them?
Yes. I have set the blocks to hold the door in front.
And the fire, I'm assuming the bodies?
Yes, I believe they are burning bodies.
Were any of them, anybody look infected? Did they mention anybody getting spewed on, getting...
He's looking at you, he says, Dr. Wolf didn't tell me that much. At this point, I'm simply bringing water to pass over the fence.
And Marood, I'm going to assume you're smart enough you did not go into the building.
I never entered the room.
Okay, excellent. So you...
He looks at the cane, and he looks at you, and he says, do you think that possibly you could carry one of these?
Say.
And he doesn't stop to say anything else. He picks one up and walks out the back.
I'll grab one. It's the middle of the day, you said?
What's your vitality?
My vitality is 3.
Yep, okay.
So,
you know you can lift it.
Oh, I know I can. They told me I shouldn't, though.
So you tell him that?
No.
As he's, like I said, he asks the question, he looks at the cane, he looks at you, he asks the question, he picks his cauldron up and takes it out.
I'll grab the cauldron and put it under one. Is it that how heavy? It's like a full-on cauldron? Yep. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
All right.
I'm not risking my comfort.
So for the 3 of you in the backyard, Marood comes to the fence and he says, I believe, Ray, you should take this from me.
All right. Hand it over.
Okay. So
Drop
your
it over.
vitality is?
3.
So it's some work to get it up and transferred over. Mm-hmm. It's awkward more than abusively heavy. And then he says, I guess the doctor is not going to help. I'll be right back.
We need to find something to cover it with. Some out of the ash from the...
When he comes back, I'm just going to say, ask them if they need my help.
Burn
please.
pile. Goes
very good, doctor. And he comes back. He brings it up. He says,
I got my vest
Ray,
in my...
are you there?
Actually,
I'm there, yeah.
Here's the second one.
All right.
He says, Frankie, Raya, the doctor is asking if you need him to come over.
What's he been doing, Marood?
He injected Cal with something called Stitch.
Oh, look at Raya.
About 2 hours early.
Huh. He was moving pretty quick over there. I'm not saying this. We are telepathically communicating.
Why are you two just staring blankly at each
And I'm
other?
gonna look back at him and go,
You just hear weird music like...
we do not need him over here.
Very good. Should I restrain him from coming over?
No, I don't hold him down or nothing, but...
Very good.
He does need to stay out of sight.
That's when he starts spider crawling his way.
The
Just
last
give him a
thing we
light
need is
beating
EMP
around the
involved.
shoulders.
He turns to walk away and he comes back to the edge of the fence because you guys are now away from the fence. And he says, do you need any more accelerant? Do you have the majority of it burning?
Yeah, do we? I don't know.
Not that you know of.
I think we're good for now.
Very good. I will give you, Raya, a chance to make a... I'm going to make it a thanatology roll. It kind of hits a couple different things.
17.
Do with this what you will. You would potentially need an accelerant if you were burning a body.
Yeah.
If you're just burning stuff that burns, and you already have the fire going, there's no need for an accelerant. And Marood's not an idiot, and he can obviously see the fires burning. So do with that what you will.
Yeah, bones will actually not burn unless you get them up to a really hot temperature.
Which you do know. Again, you can use that as you will.
What?
Even then, I think you have to squish them down.
Well, yeah, like you'll still have little chunks in the end and stuff, but yeah.
That's why I use acids.
Yes, please. If you could get us an accelerant, that would be good.
He stops. He says, very good. I shall find something.
You know, pigs are quite useful.
Alright, you psycho.
So as you
acid.
guys are continuing to burn the stuff in the back to Ayden out front, are you still pulling
I'm about
the
to run home and
blocks
get a
out?
new vest.
She is now in hyper, and she's now hitting you on the shoulder, saying, "Do something! Do something! Do something!"
I'm trying to get this open.
All right. You don't need to roll. If you're going to work at it, you'll be able to pull all 3 blocks off.
Okay, so
Ayden, you're going to have to explain to them that once they get in here, they can't leave here.
oh yeah, that's I will.
Once
you
they're
won't-
in and the door's closed.
And you won't be able to leave either.
Well, I figured that. I mean,
As you tack in with the crowbar to the third one, which is up at the handle, she backs away. You can she's shaking. You shove it down, and you're not standing in front of the door,
No.
are you, Wolf? All right,
No.
She shoves the door open and runs in. The kids, even if you're ready to go, the kids whoop, 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 go running past you, Huey, Dewey, and Louie style. What are you doing?
oh, this is not going to end good. I'll just close the door behind
So you
me.
step in, close the door.
Right.
She runs in. So Wolf, she says something to you. What she says to Wolf is my father okay?
And
She's looking at you expectantly, like, why aren't you answering?
Yeah. And I look
Wait,
up
wait,
to
wait,
you.
so
I
Ayden,
look
what
up
do
to
you
Ayden.
and I'm going to kind of bring her over, sit down over here. Now, is the building on fire?
No, the building is not on fire. There is some small taint of smoke, because I'm sure you guys would have shut the door.
Yeah.
There's a small
Okay.
taint of smoke coming from the backyard.
All right, so I'll take her to the living room and I'll have her.
You're in the living room already.
Oh, I'll take her to a side room.
She's probably talking
So-
about
so-
she's talking about the man who's unconscious on the
Right there in front of you, yes. Yeah, you missed that.
Oh no.
He's bandaged up and stuff. She's asking,
Is he
"Is my
dead?"
father okay?" You're
Is he
asking,
dead?
you're asking me if he's dead. He's like, and Wolf's like, "Is she asking about?" No, he's not dead.
Okay, so
He's,
I'll tell her like he's fine, he's okay.
She says, what? And she's hysterical. What happened? What happened?
Wait, I'm confused now. your father-in-law or
She
your
says,
husband?
yes!
Well, clearly he didn't leave like I told him to, and he passed out.
She goes, what's wrong? And she's now yelling at you.
and
Of course, this is ramping up the kids.
yeah, and this is all like she's shouting and screaming at me, and there's
Oh, we can hear this.
There's
Yes,
like-
you guys can now
he's
hear
I'm
it.
trying-
coming in.
he's trying to remain calm, but there's a
Oh, no.
twitch.
So Frankie
That's-
walks
Go
in.
on.
That's Miss Iowa.
Ray, Raya,
I'm going to stay out.
She's
and keep
worse.
seeing the
She's
burn
wor-
pile.
she's the
I'm
worst
not
of
dealing
all.
with this.
Ray, Frankie
I'll
walked
come in.
in.
I'll come in. Wait,
All right.
there's a fire still to be
Yes!
tended? Okay.
I'm
I'll stay out of
tending
the.
it, yeah.
Oh. Okay,
Up
I'll
to
go
you,
in.
Ray.
I'll
All
go
right,
in.
so Ray and Frankie walk in.
Oh, this isn't going to end well.
I'm going to make a charm roll. This is I1. You need to calm down. Though from the looks of it, it looks like the doctor's about to have a stroke, so just calm down. Little vein in his forehead's bulging really big. It can't be good.
That's the throat vein.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the throat vein.
I'll spend one of my... use one of my
I think we'd
rerolls.
all be okay if you killed Miss Iowa.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't think Wolf would be okay if he killed Miss
I'm
Iowa.
going to use my second reroll.
What about mortal wounding? No, that's
All right, I'll go with a 13. How's that?
And so what would you like to have happen?
So I'm going to say, please sit down, and we'll answer all your questions.
So she says, I'm not sitting down. What is going on in here?
Whap, woman!
All right, so wait. Oh, Raya's not in there. We're fine.
I'm in here.
Well, how do
You
you react to
slap
that?
I
Yes.
backhand her, yeah, I do.
I'm marching over and I'm going to get in between. I'm going to say, you don't need to do that.
She's screaming as you get in between. She's not hurting you.
Yeah.
She's slapping you on the back. She is screaming hysterically.
I'm going to turn and I'm just going to try to hug her.
And she's pushing back. She's pushing back. Do you exert some strength? Give me a
You're
vitality
not-
roll.
You don't understand. She has become hysterical. I'll need to call a doctor.
I'm thinking
I am
of,
a
doctor. The funerals I've been to, and
Yes.
Frankie's not great at people.
Right?
But what he's observed is that when someone starts crying, you hold them till they stop doing that.
And you squeeze.
Well, that was my question.
So he's gonna hang
It
on
also
to her.
helps. It also helps to put a pillow firmly over their face.
And I'm gonna say in my Egyptian words that I know, I'm gonna say I don't have
Stop or
one
help.
of the 4 words I know
Yes.
is can't say fuck off nicely. I'm gonna point to Wolf and I'm gonna say help.
Okay, and go ahead and give me your vitality roll.
Okay, so 20.
So you're holding her. She fights for a little bit, and then she just deflates and starts crying.
Yeah, I'll pat her shoulder.
Okay, and this, of course, gets the kids. They kind of start looking. You'll notice this, and they'll start crying, and they come over and wrap around Frankie as well, and they're crying. Each of them, you can see, is pushing to try and get close to the mom, which then leads into a bit of a pushing thing, and one of the kids gets pushed over, one of the smaller ones from the bigger ones gets pushed over, and now there's fighting, and 2 of them are going at it, and they're crying, and they're hitting each other and knocking each other around. What are you doing, Ayden?
This is why I hate children.
And Ray, you're there
Oh,
too.
you're in here?
Yeah, I'm in here, which probably isn't the best thing, but...
Right.
I'm not gonna. I don't want Ray to help.
Ray, are you doing anything? Ayden, are you doing anything?
Yeah, so I'll grab the 2 kids and pull them apart, and then drag them out of the room and be like, "What are you doing?"
And he started it. No, he's not. All I was doing was I was trying to console Mom, and he hit me. Yeah, I pushed you down. I didn't hit you.
I will finish it.
Now, go ahead and give me interrogation. Do we have interrogation? Do we have etiquette?
I don't have that one.
Let's go with a charm roll.
That's the
Interrogate
DR
is a
for
thing
don't
you can
yell
do.
at
Nice.
I think it's-
21.
21 is good enough. What was that going to be, Ty?
Well, interrogate is a thing you can do. I don't know if it's an actual skill though, because one of my features gives me a +1 to intimidate. But I remember looking through the book and
Oh, notoriety.
oh wait, no, it's interrogate. That's the one that's in the. Never mind. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Other
No
inch
problem at
word.
all. So with that roll, the kids just kind of stop. So Frankie,
You will sit here.
she stops sobbing after a minute or so. Do you release her?
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'll let her go, and I'm
Okay.
gonna point to Wolf
So,
again.
so she steps back, and she again walks over to Wolf, and she says to him, for those of you now, 2 of you who know what she's saying, she says, "Is my father okay?" She says it, holding through the tears.
I look.
Is the old bloke gonna be all right?
He suffered a fall. He dislocated his arm. I've said it. He's resting. He will be okay.
He'll be all right.
So, for all of you there, she seems calm. She's still, and then she says, "Oh no," and she runs up the stairs. And we'll stop there.
Come on!
Oh.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.